Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me to start today's strength building sun salutation yoga practice. You can take a comfortable seat on your mat, and we're going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Once more, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. You now can close your eyes and put one hand on your belly, placing the other across your heart. And we are going to fill our bellies with air for a count of 7. Hold that breath for a count of 5 or a count of 7, depending on your practice today. And release that breath for a count of 7. You can do this now at your own pace for the next 2 minutes. If you like, you can open your eyes at this time as we prepare for neck rotations towards the right. You can drop your chin to chest, bring your right ear to your right shoulder, rotate your head back, dropping your left ear to your left shoulder, and back again to your chin to chest. And you can continue this rotation for the next few seconds. Bring your head up to center, and we're going to start neck rotations towards the left, dropping your chin to your chest, left ear to left shoulder, rotating your head back, drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and you can continue this for the next few seconds. Bring your head back up to center. And we're going to start shoulder rotations towards the back. And we're going to switch rotations to the front or the front of the room if you're sitting in a room. Bring your hands up to touch and twist to the left side, bringing your right hand to the left knee. Place the left hand behind you, or to deepen your stretch, you can place your left hand on your right thigh. Bring your hands up to touch, and you can twist in the opposite direction, bringing your left hand to the right knee and your right hand behind you or on top of your left thigh. Bring your hands up to touch and down heart center. You can make your way to the top of your mat, grounding your feet in mountain pose. You can angle your hands slightly up towards the sky or the ceiling if you're indoors. I'm going to just adjust my mat, for this is my first video. Okay. You can sweep your hands up into extended mountain pose. Slightly bend back, keeping your head in alignment with your arms. Come back up and sweep your hands back and down and forward fold. You can keep a slight bend in your knee. Halfway lift, keeping a flat back. You can place your hands on your shins or let them float towards the ground. Bring a slight bend to your knee and sweep your hands up to touch. We are setting up for Warrior 2, so you're going to step your right foot back and parallel to the mat and bring your left knee into a lunge bend, extending your arms out parallel to the length of the mat. Hold your leg posture while sliding your right arm down the right leg and bring your left arm up and back. While maintaining this lunge, you're going to rest your left elbow on the left knee. Using your core muscles to hold yourself up, bring your right arm overhead. Lift your core up, and you're going to go back up into Warrior 2 for a brief moment before stepping your right leg to meet the left. Plant your hands into the ground, and you're going to step back into plank or hop back into plank, whichever's in your practice, activating your core and glute muscles, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. Drop your knees and bend your elbows inward, lowering your chest and your chin. Keeping your bum raised, you're going to push up in a snake-like movement in upward facing dog. Push your body back into all fours before flipping your feet and pressing back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees to step or hop to the top of your mat, and then you can bend your knees and sweep up, allowing your hands to touch and bringing them down heart center. Sweep your arms up in extended mountain pose, slightly bending back with your arms and head in alignment. Sweep arms back and down in forward fold. Halfway lift, putting your hands lightly on your shins. Bend your knees and sweep your hands up in a standing posture overhead to touch. Preparing for warrior two on the left side. You're going to step your left foot back, parallel to the width of your mat, with your right knee bent in a lunge, allowing your arms to lower parallel to the length of the mat. Holding your leg posture, slide your left arm down your left leg and bring your right arm up and back, tilting your head up to look at the sky or the ceiling. You're going to place your right elbow on your right knee, lifting your core, extending the left arm up and overhead. Lift back up into warrior two posture before stepping your left foot to meet the right. Bend your knee and bend forward into a forward fold. Press your hands firmly into the mat before hopping or stepping back into plank, activating your core and glute muscles. Lower your knees, keeping your elbows by your sides. Push your chest and lower your chest and chin and push up in a snake-like movement to upward facing dog. Push back into all fours, flip your feet into a downward facing dog, pressing up. At this moment, take a few more breaths and you can step or hop to the top of your mat, sweeping your arms overhead and bringing your hands down heart center. We are now going to practice this sequence twice more. Okay? So sweep your hands up in extended mountain pose, slightly bend back, keeping your head in alignment with your arms. Come back up and sweep your hands back and down in a forward fold. You can keep a bend in your knee if it's more comfortable. Halfway lift, putting your hands on your shins. Bend in the knee, sweep your hands up and overhead. And you're going to step that back into warrior two on the right side. You're going to lower your right hand to your right leg and sweep your left arm up and overhead, gazing at your hand, or you can gaze at the sky or the ceiling above. You're going to then sweep your arms over and rest your left elbow on your left knee, sweeping your right arm overhead. Come back to warrior two, step your right leg to meet your left and forward fold. Plant your hands into the ground, and you're going to step or hop back into plank. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, lower your knees, and Do that snake-like movement, lowering your chest and chin into upward facing dog. You're going to press back on your knees, flip your feet, and push your hands back and up into downward facing dog. Step or hop your feet back up and sweep your arms overhead. Bring your hands back down center. And we're going to prepare for the left side. Sweep your hands back up, a slight bend in the back. Lift yourself back up, and you're going to do a forward fold. Halfway lift. You're going to bend your knees and sweep your arms up overhead, hands to touch. You're going to take your left leg and bring it back into Warrior Two. You're going to drop your left hand and place it on your left leg, sweeping your right hand overhead. You can gaze at the sky or the ceiling at this time. You're going to sweep your right arm to place on your right knee and sweeping your left arm overhead. Once again, gazing at the sky. Bring yourself back up into Warrior Two before stepping your left foot to meet your right and then forward fold. Place your hands into the mat before stepping or hopping back into plank. You're going to lower your knees and you're going to make sure your elbows are turned inward as you lower your chest and chin, sweeping yourself up into upward facing dog. Push yourself back into all fours, flip your feet, and push up into downward facing dog. Hop or step into the top of your mat, bend your knees, and sweep your hands up and overhead, bringing your hands down hard to center. Sweep your hands up overhead, do a slight bend in your back. Bring yourself back up and sweep your hands back and down into a forward fold. Halfway lift, keeping your hands on your shins. Bend your knees and sweep your arms up and overhead to touch as we prepare for Warrior Two on the right side. You're going to step your right foot back into parallel to the width of your mat, holding a very strong posture here. Drop your right arm and place it on your right leg, sweeping your left arm up and overhead. You can now place your left elbow on your left knee, sweeping your right arm overhead. You can gaze down at the ground or up at the sky. Back into Warrior Two before stepping your right foot up to meet your left foot. Bend over into a forward fold. Plant hands into the ground before stepping or hopping back into plank. Lower your knees. Make sure your elbows are turned in as you lower your chest and chin. In a snake-like movement, push yourself up into upward facing dog. Push yourself back into all fours, flip your feet, and push up into downward facing dog. Step or hop to the top of your mat, sweeping your hands up overhead and bringing your hands down heart center. You're going to sweep your hands up overhead. Do a slight bend in your back, keeping your neck in alignment with your head. You're going to do a forward fold here. Bend your knees or try to straighten to challenge yourself. Halfway lift. You can float your hands this time if you like. And sweep your hands up overhead to touch. As we prepare for Warrior 2 on the left side, you're going to step your left foot back, parallel to the width of your mat, into Warrior 2. Drop your left arm to your left leg and sweep your right arm overhead, gazing at your hand or at the sky this time. You're going to put your right elbow on your right leg and sweep your left arm overhead. You can gaze down at the ground or up at the sky. Back into Warrior 2. Step that left leg up to meet the right. You're going to do a forward fold, planting your hands into the ground before stepping or hopping back into plank. Lower your knees, and you're going to push down into upward facing dog. Push into all fours, flip your feet, and press up into downward facing dog. Please remember to breathe. Step or hop back, and you're going to just stand right on up and prepare to do some seated postures. You're going to take a few moments to breathe before laying on your back. And we're setting up for Setu Bandhasana with your shoulders on the ground. You can lift your bum up into the air, tightening your core. Make sure you squeeze in your glutes. You can connect your hands under you to open your chest. Lower your body gently into Supta Buddha Konasana with the sole of your feet kissing and your knees spread apart from one another. You can close your eyes in this posture and face your hands up towards the sky and open. We will be in this posture for the next 2 minutes. Close your legs like a book, and we are going to prepare for fish pose. So you're going to bring your legs straight. You're going to use your elbows to help you get into position, allowing the top of your head to meet the mat and opening your chest. And then you're going to slide your arms down by your sides ever so lightly. And you can use them to support you as we hold this posture for a few more seconds. You can use a block in this posture to help open your chest even more if you're not used to holding yourself up for so long. You can now release from this posture and move your block on the side if you've used one. Allow your hands to face up, feet toward each corner of the mat. In Shavasana, also known as corpse pose, we are going to be here for a few minutes. So you can keep your eyes closed. Release any tension from your eyebrows, jaw, and shoulder area. Surrendering to this pose, breathe in through your nose and fill up your belly before breathing out through your mouth. Allow your mind to ease from the practice that just took place, from the day that has passed, or that may await you. Take a moment to be present in the here and now, and relax in that. As we close this practice, roll over to your left side in fetal pose. And in your own time, you can slowly push yourself up into a seated posture. Raise your hands up to touch and bring them down, heart center. We're going to repeat Om 3 times. Om. Om. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do apologize for how quickly this video went by. Namaste, and I will definitely be sure to make videos that are easier to follow with slower movements. I wish you many blessings and much love throughout your day. Please follow and subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you.